Good afternoon. My name is Vincent Palmieri, and I'm the president and founder of Asian Pacific Community Awareness. And we're here this afternoon with Danielle, Pieper, Chio. Did I pronounce that right?
Chio.
Oh, Chio. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
And we are going to talk about what our justice court judges do, because I know a lot of people are really not aware. And according to my notes, and I didn't know this, there are 15 different departments. Is that
We
correct?
actually added one this year. There are 16 departments.
16 now.
16 now.
And I also noticed that there is criminal,
Yes.
civil division,
Yes.
and a neighborhood justice division or
Yes.
center. So specifically, when you're elected, what would you do? What department would you be in? I'm sure every department has a different function.
Well, I don't make that decision. The chief judge of the justice court will make that decision on where precisely I would be, since I would technically be the low man on the totem pole.
Woman.
Low woman on the totem pole. I apologize. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly where I will be placed. I know within the criminal division there's a regular criminal track. There's also a DV as well as a DUI track. So DV handles all battery, domestic violences, as well as the DUI track handles all the DUI cases. In the civil division, it's matters under 15,000, landlord-tenant, as well as temporary protective orders.
So I'd like to mention to my viewers, because I forgot to mention in the beginning, that especially for the Asian community, justice it's a nonpartisan position.
Correct.
So when you're looking to vote or support someone in the judicial system, you look for someone who is going to follow the rule of law. That's very simple. Doesn't make a difference if they're Republican or Democrat. As long as you know that they're going to follow the rule of law, that's what's going to make a big difference here in our state.
Yeah. So as a prosecutor, I am bound by the rule of law. That is the only thing that I can go by in my position, and I've done that for 19 years.
And that's good. So you've been in the judicial system for 19 years.
I've been in the Clark County. Well, I've been a prosecutor for 19 years. I've been in the Clark County District Attorney's Office for 17 years.
Can you tell us something about when you were a prosecutor?
Sure. What do you mean by you want me to tell you, like about a case I had?
Whatever you are allowed to speak about.
So currently I am the team chief of the Clark County District Attorney's Office gang unit, which means I prosecute gang cases, and I have done that for the past 12 years. Prior to being on the gang unit, I was on the sexual assault unit, where I prosecuted crimes against women and children and some men. And prior to that, I was on a general litigation team. Before being in the Clark County District Attorney's Office, I was in the city of Las Vegas, where I prosecuted misdemeanors within the city of Las Vegas, mostly battery, domestic violence, and DUI cases.
So I have a question. I don't remember what year it was, but I know maybe a year or a few years back, Metro disbanded their gang unit. How did that affect you as a prosecutor?
It was a huge disruption. So I get all of my cases from the Clark County or from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department gang unit. That's where we get one part of our cases. The other parts of our cases come from North Las Vegas as well as Henderson. So when they got rid of the gang unit, which was something that the sheriff did not want to do, but he had to do in regard to funding, when they got rid of the gang unit, essentially all my gang officers were spread out all over the valley. And they did that in a response to funding as well as crime. And so they put a lot of those gang officers back into the area commands. When that happened, I essentially talked to each captain in the area command and I asked them to send me gang cases. I talked to my gang officers in those divisions and asked them to contact me whenever they arrested a gang member.
So that's a big burden, and I think Las Vegas had a problem, or still has a problem with gangs, especially in North Vegas.
You know, So around early 2000s, the gangs actually were spread out all over the valley. So what we had were gang members that were clicking up or hanging out with other gang members that they normally don't. And so what we realized in Clark County is we have hybrid gangs, which means we weren't now defined by territory or race. We weren't defined by colors, but because they're all over the valley now, they had to find people that had the same ideology, same thought process that they had, which is what we found was happening. So we needed to approach the investigations of gangs differently, and that's when it changed in the early 2000s.
So I think when you're elected, and honestly, I'd like to see you elected.
Thank you.
And as a nonprofit organization, I'm not supposed to say anything, but you're nonpartisan, so it doesn't make a difference. And I'm the kind of guy I like to get in trouble because I think trouble is excitement. I think your background is somebody that we need in the judicial system. Because Las Vegas being a hospitality industry, we need to make sure not only are the local, the residents protected, but also our travelers, the people who come and visit here. So that's very important. So when you're elected, you don't know which department you would go in.
Correct. I don't have any of that information.
But I think your background would probably, you can fit into any department.
Thank you very much, Vince. I appreciate that. I made the decision to run because I realized that community safety was often ignored by some of the judges sitting on the bench. Not all of them. And I think when you look at the law in regard to bail, people take into account different factors, which you're supposed to. Some people prioritize some over others. The judge that I'm running against made the decision to release people from custody after they had done a shooting on the Strip, which in my opinion is the lifeblood of Clark County. Frankly, it's the lifeblood of Nevada. And so if we lose that, then we have problems. I put the case back on calendar, and he said, why did you do that? What do you want me to do about it? And I asked him to raise the bail, and he raised the bail by $500, which I actually felt was a slap in the face to the people of this community. And so that's when I made the decision that I was going to take a stand, and I decided to run for judge.
Well, I think this is a problem that we have now all around the country. And in my personal opinion, from what I understand from doing some research, a lot of the problems, I think, stem from the district attorneys.
Really?
That they don't want to prosecute.
So that would be true in San Francisco and Los Angeles. San Francisco actually just recalled their district attorney, and there's a different person. Gascon, who is the DA in Los Angeles, is still there. There is a recall petition going through, so we'll see what happens with that.
So you're saying that the DAs that we have here in Vegas now or in Nevada are much better?
Yes, absolutely.
And they're looking to prosecute and put people away?
Well, I can't say that because I can't speak for the district attorney's office. But Steve Wolfson takes safety to the community. It's a priority for him, and he takes it seriously.
Well, it should be a priority because, like I said, we're a tourist industry, and we have a lot of people coming and going. And I think we're more of a transit city also because people keep moving in and out, and safety should be the #1 factor.
Well, we have a football team. We may be getting a baseball team. We have a championship basketball team. We may be getting a male basketball team, or the NBA may be coming here. And we have a huge venue, and I think you're right. We need to make sure that people feel protected in this community.
Before we end our session, is there anything you'd like to say to our viewers?
My name is Danielle Pieper Chio, and I'm running for Las Vegas Justice Court Department number 9. You can get more information for me at www.danielle4judge.com, and I would appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Danielle, thank you very much for taking the time to come and chat with us, and I look forward to a celebration party after November 8th.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.